Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Hope you all had a good New Year and a good Christmas. Hope you got everything you wanted. But as we know, there's been a few sackings happening already. I think there's been four. One just not long ago. That was Wilfred Nancy from Celtic. He's been sacked after 33 days in charge. But that's not who we're talking about today. There's another manager that got sacked, unfortunately, in my opinion. And obviously that was Jimmy Thelin Jimmy Thelin from Aberdeen. He got sacked after the 1-0 defeat to Falkirk. That was the final straw for Cormac and Woods and everyone in the board. And there's a statement out not long after it got leaked. So I'm going to read that out and and then we'll talk about it a bit more on like who comes in now. So the club statement I'm about to read. Sorry if I do like stutter or anything. I don't read very well. I can't read very well, but I'll, make it work. Right. So Aberdeen Football Club, as part of the ways with manager Jimmy Thelin, the Swede was appointed in April 2024, officially taking over the reins 6 weeks later. Following a record-breaking start to life in the northeast even, Jimmy led Aberdeen to Scottish Club glory in May last year, followed by qualification for the UEFA Conference League for the second time in 3 seasons. However, the 2024-25 league campaign ultimately concluded with a 5th place finish, and so far this season, both results and performances have fallen below the required standard and have not been commensurate. I don't know that word. With the level of investment made in the first team squad and football operation, Jimmy will depart the club alongside his assistant manager Christer Persson. First team coach Peter Levin will take temporary charge of first team affairs, supported by Greg Hinchliffe and sporting director Woods Pisani. I can't say his last name. I'm sorry. Who will also lead the process to appoint the club's chairman. The club's next permanent manager. Aberdeen FC chairman Dave Cormac said, "In wishing Jimmy and Christer the very best in the future, I want to thank them for delivering our first Scottish Cup in 35 years in last May. These memories will last a lifetime, and Jimmy will be forever attached to Aberdeen's history for delivering such a special day for our supporters and as only one of 6 Aberdeen managers to win the Scottish Cup in our storied 122-year history. However, with significant investment in recent windows, we have not kicked on the way we hoped to or expected following that success. We have tried to give the situations as much time as possible, but recent performances have significantly been below the standards we expect, and we believe it is now the right thing to do by sacking him or parting ways with him." There's a bit more. Actually, it's not that much long left of it. Actually, I'll just do the full thing, and then we'll dive a bit deeper into what my knowledge is about it and who I want to take over. So, Jimmy Thelin added, Today, my time as manager at Aberdeen comes to an end. It is with great respect for this historic club that I accept this decision. Results ultimately decide the tenure of this profession, and such I take share of my responsibility. I believe in the work that is done. However, football doesn't always allow time and belief to to become results. I would like to thank the players for their commitment during my time here, and the staff that worked alongside me every day with loyalty and pride. I would also like to thank you supporters. Your passion for your team never wavers in disappointment. Aberdeen will forever be a part of my journey, and it has been an honour to lead this great club. That memorable day we share at Hampden. I leave I leave wishing success to everyone involved, both on and off the pitch. Sorry. Everyone at Aberdeen Football Club would like to thank Jimmy and Christopher for their efforts during their time at Pittodrie and wish them the very best in their future careers. So that's what's happened. So there was other news about candidates. So if you just give me a minute, bear with me here. Just bear with me here, sorry. Right, so I found four candidates that Aberdeen are looking at as a Jimmy Thelin replacement. Obviously, Peter Levin has the job of trying to keep us or try and get us back rolling following obviously the sacking of Jimmy Thelin and his first game will be Rangers away tomorrow, obviously the double header. So we got Rangers away tomorrow and then Rangers at home Sunday. So it'll be an interesting one. But so there's people lined up that I've got here. So candidates are Stephen Robertson from St Mirren. Now I personally would love to see him. I think he would be a great person for the job. I feel like a step up from St Mirren to Aberdeen. I think he's the right guy. He's a good. We know he's a good manager, and he makes some of his teams really tough to play and break down. And that's why St Mirren have been consistent under him. 2 back-to-back top 6 finishes, and obviously winning the League Cup against Celtic. That's why I think he's the perfect person for the job. Scott Brown, not so much. Jens Berthel Askew from Motherwell, he could be a decent manager for us, I think, but I thought it'll be hard to get him off Motherwell because Motherwell fans are loving him at the moment. Stephen Naismith, absolutely not. Absolutely not. John McGuinn from Falkirk. No, I wouldn't take it. I think the best one out of all of them is Stephen Robertson. He's the right man for the job. He's a proven manager in the SPL. And I think he would do wonders for Aberdeen. I think he would do well in Europe. If he qualified us for Europe and did wonders in the league and maybe another cup run, I think I just feel like he's the right man for the job. He's the right person for the job. So yeah. So moving on to how do I feel about Thelin Jens? I feel like it's the wrong time. I would have given him the season. I know results haven't been good, but he's a good manager. We know that but I think the reason we've struggled a lot is because Thelin's style of football just doesn't work in Scotland. Unfortunately, his style of football, like to play in the Scottish Premiership, you have to have a certain style of football, and you need to know how to like play against the bigger guns like Celtic, Rangers, and all that. I feel like, and also a few. It's not just Thelin; it was a few of the players as well. I feel like I've been like just not consistent and not putting in good performances. One of them is Carlson, because against Falkirk he was dreadful. He was showboating about, like, do the basics, do the basics, and just whip it in and hope for the best, right? No showboating about, especially when you're 1-0 down to bloody Falkirk, right? No time to be showboating and showing off your great moves. Just focus on the basics. Like, how hard is it as a winger to make runs and put good deliveries into the box? Like, even though Falkirk, I think we should have gone to pen because it was a handball, and obviously the ref didn't give it. But yeah, performances haven't been good. Don't get me wrong. I think Thelin's just he's still a really good manager. I still think he's a brilliant manager, and I hope, because I'm pretty sure he's linked with a job in Sweden. So I think he's going to go back where obviously he's got family still over there. So I really hope he does well. It's just a shame that his style of football doesn't work in Scotland. And this is now, I think, our sixth manager that we're on the hunt for in 5 years. Six managers in fact, no, sixth manager in 5 years that we've sacked. It, like, what? I'm speechless. 6 managers in 5 years. So that's Glass, Goodwin, Robson, Warnock, and Thelin. No, 5. So our next manager, our next permanent manager will be our 6th manager in 5 years. 5 years. Like, how? Like, I don't understand. Another thing I want to touch on is that day at Hampden. That was Thelon's best game for Aberdeen, delivering our 8th Scottish Cup and our first trophy in 11 years, and first Scottish Cup in 35 years. That was the best day of my life, hands down. That will always be a day to remember. The 25th of May, no, 24th of May, 2025. That was one of the best days of my life as an Aberdeen fan. And hopefully there's more to come. Hopefully with our new manager. Who would I like to see as caretaker? I might get swayed for less, but Martin O'Neill. I would love to see Martin O'Neill as a caretaker for Aberdeen. It's unreal. I feel like it's a bit unrealistic. I don't think he would come to Aberdeen, but if he got Martin O'Neill as caretaker, I think he would be brilliant. Obviously with sacking Thelin, this is probably going to affect our January transfer window. Because obviously the January window is now open, and with sacking Thelin, I don't think we're going to spend anything. I don't think we're going to get any players in. So we're going to have to go the whole season without any improvements in January. And I feel like we're going to struggle. I feel like we'll struggle to stay in top 6 or even get into the top 6 because we're 8th. We're 8th on. Let's have a look, actually. It is really close going for the top 6. Top 6. Even Dundee are only like 3 points behind us, but obviously we've got the game in hand. We've got a game in hand. So, Falkirk have a game in hand as well. I'm not sure. But it is really, really close for top 6. Because Aberdeen and Dundee United are both on 25 points. Dundee are 7th on goal difference. And Falkirk are 6th on 27 points. It is so tight for top 6. Falkirk are only like, I'm trying to think, plus Falkirk are only 7 points behind Hibs, who sit in 5th. And Hibs are only 2. Falkirk could be finishing top 6 and maybe getting Europe. And Aberdeen, 20 games played, 7 wins, 4 draws, 9 losses out of 20 games in the league. It's not good enough. It's really not. But this is the thing with Aberdeen. We bring a manager in, right? They'll do really well. Maybe qualify for Europe. And the second, like the season, in the manager's second season at Aberdeen, if they are in Europe, that's how we can tell they're going to get the sack, because they're not getting money to spend to improve the squad for Europe and after and a pre and post Europe game to rotate the squad. Thelin kind of got that, but he didn't make it work. But I'm not, like I say, I'm not trying to hate on Thelin. I think he's a top manager, and yeah, it's a shame. And like with like people are saying online on like Twitter especially, oh thank you Jimmy, thank you for the memories, and we wish you all the best in the future, blah blah blah. And I totally agree with it. I feel like it wasn't the right thing to do, but also it kind of did feel like, that the ice was starting to crack again, and like we're just so inconsistent at the moment. Like 1 point from the past 5 games, especially with this game against Rangers coming up, this double header is massive for our season. This is pretty much, if we win both games or if we draw and win one of the 2 games, season saved pretty much. But if we don't, then like we're pretty much like we can't, I don't think we'll get top 6. I can see us really struggling to get top 6, let alone top 3. And yeah, it's going to be a tough season, especially without, even though Jimmy's gone. It's going to be tough, but hopefully we do get a good manager in as an interim and caretaker, and hopefully we can get top 6. I think Peter Levin last time out, he was really really good. I thought like he did well under us. He managed to keep us out relegation spots and stuff. I just think he'll like do well, just like what he did last time a few seasons. What was that, 2 years? 2 3, I think 2 years ago. Because we played extraordinary at hand in the Joe Hart penalty one, the 3-3. That was probably Aberdeen's best game of the whole 23-24 season. Or at least our best performance. And Peter Levin, I feel like he's linked with a few jobs. I'm surprised we've still got him at the club, if I'm being honest. But look, I could blabber on about this whole situation for like 2 hours, 2 3 hours maybe. But I'm gonna call it there, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll maybe do one tomorrow about Man United, because they've just sacked Ruben Amorim, and yeah. But see you guys in the next one.